I think it's really cool, especially when you do creative work, because it can be so stressful, but it can also be the funnest thing ever. Like, you can find yourself in Hawaii taking pictures and video and like, oh, this is our job. So what are some pros of, you know, doing creative work with your partner in crime? And then what are some cons of it? Because I have a similar thing. You know, my boyfriend is also a YouTuber, and so it's fun, but also we can find ourselves sometimes competing for certain things. So what are some pros and cons? You
want to talk about pros first?
Yeah, pros. There's more pros. Let's just get that straight. Yeah.
Well, we get to hang out like all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, since it's our full-time job now, we work together and then we live together, and so it's like fun to, you don't have to worry about coworkers that you don't like or don't get along with. So it's like great working with the person you love.
Yeah, like I'm super, like all my goal in life is just to like be so mindful of how I spend my time. And then when I'm working, I don't want to be like hating my life. And working with Daniel is like, it's like the best. Working from home with Daniel and Carlton is like.
In Carlton, oh yes, we can't forget Carlton. I know. So Carlton is their adorable dog. How long have you guys had Carlton?
We've had him since he's a puppy. He's like 3.5 now. So.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, you guys get to hang out with your dog in your cool loft in Los Angeles. So yeah, it's cool.
It's great sharing a passion. We're both on the same page about a lot of things, and
when something good happens to one of us, it happens to both of us.
Yeah, and it's like we're not in separate industries where we don't understand what the other person's interested in or don't care. It's like a shared interest.
And I think just with us personally, we complement each other really well.
Yeah.
Like our strengths are opposites. So like I always have like 1,000 ideas and like no way of executing them, and he always is like needing an idea to execute because he's so good at executing them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like we work together.
Yeah, it works out well. It's if it was just like one of us running the channel, there'd be something missing because the other person complements that. So
there would be no motion graphics if I was.
There would be no videos if I was doing it.
That's amazing. Yeah, forget cons. There are no cons. It's sick.
No.
The only
pros
thing,
outweigh.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that's unique between John and me. What's correct? Is it John and me?
It's the object
She's an English major.
Okay, because if I took out John, I would say me.
Exactly, that's a good way to. Yeah.
So John and me. So the thing with John and me is, we do have separate channels, but we do ideally the same thing. But then because they're separate channels, they're always like, oh wait, you got that job and you're traveling, cool, man, I wonder if I could have done that. So I guess there are different struggles with like doing the same thing but on kind of different playing fields. And so with you guys, you share the channel and you equally put in the work for the most part. So I imagine, that's not an issue, but at some point does it become like, get off my case, I'm gonna get it done, or because you do share that workload.
Yeah.
The biggest con I would say is that sometimes we fight for creative control of something. Like if he has an idea and I have an idea, we kind of like.
Yeah, because if you have the vision for something, you don't want to deviate from that.
Yeah.
And if I didn't even know your vision to begin with,
right.
That becomes like a conflict point because I'll just think of a way to execute something, but then you don't want it to be different than what you already had in mind and we're planning on. So.
I honestly can't think of anything else that we.
Yeah. No, but that's something that I think is helpful, like a skill to grow in terms of communicating vision and communicating and like putting structure around something so that other person can be successful. Because I think that's such a huge skill. Also, when it comes to delegating things and like, oh my gosh, say you have to maybe like hire a freelancer to help you out. They're going to be so much more successful if you give them the structure to succeed. Right. You know how to lay things out.